And Harris is also pretty good at giving feedback and help whenever you come into trouble about compiling OpenMPI on some weird platform. So that's really good. So plans include to extension to Windows, which I guess is important, and also ultimately a complete dorsal-based Linux distro. So it has grown considerably, and so this must be the ultimate goal. So I guess Marie can help out with that as well, because you're used to the Gen 2 business of compiling everything. Okay, so finally the FEniCS backbone. Johannes and Ilmar, they make sure that everything works. They keep track of the build bots and the code in general. So they have worked on support for building FEniCS on Windows, setting up a new build system for Sci-Fi, the build bot, and all these 5 build slaves that we now have. Packaging for Debian and Ubuntu. Viper as part of Debian, other packages pending. Nightly building all packages, improve statistics. So if you go to the FEniCS webpage, you can find statistics there, including downloads by country. And also maintaining the Dolphin build system. So whenever we need a new feature, Johannes will add that to the build system. So future plans include a bench bot, I hope. So we have these build bots for looks like the crowd from KDH. It's good. So the FEniCS bench bots. So we have these build bots that make sure that we can actually build the software on all these different platforms. We also need a bench bot, a dedicated machine that can run benchmarks every night, making sure that we don't have any regressions in the code, that suddenly the assembler is twice as slow because someone changed some low-level data structure or added some if case somewhere. And also this one-click install. So we should be able to go to the FEniCS webpage and click on one button to install FEniCS for our operating system in our preferred language. This is something that, for example, Firefox has, and I think it should be possible to do this as part of FEniCS as well. Okay, so finally some practical information about this workshop. So we have the today's morning session, and then we have lunch, and then a break in the afternoon. And after today's lectures, there will be the FEniCS Open tournament, which I'll come to. And then dinner and beer at the end of the day. So for those of you who want to go to dinner tonight, or for those of you who don't want to go to dinner, talk to Ola. And if you have any special requirements like vegetarian food, talk to Ola as well. He's also in charge of the beer later. Normally Matt, if he was here, he would have been the go-to guy for the beer, but I think Ola is the next best thing we have after Matt. So talk to Ola about the beer as well during the day.
Excuse me, dinner will be here then in the building?
The dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come to that. We'll be at another place. So tomorrow we have 3 sessions, and then it's time to get back to work. So FEniCS Open will be a ping pong tournament taking place at 5 p.m. today. And the winner gets this Stiga Superior 5-star racket. So if you want to participate in this tournament, talk to Christopher. And I think he'll try very hard to win this racket himself. For those of you who don't like ping pong, you can talk to Christian about playing football outdoors. There's also an option to go to the hotel and just hang around here, watch the tournament, and have some coffee before we go to dinner. And the dinner will be at this restaurant at 7:30 tonight. You can either walk. It's I don't know if it's a nice walk, but it's possible to walk. It's about 4 kilometers to the restaurant. Otherwise, the taxis, they leave at 7:15 tonight for the restaurant. And then Johan has talked to me about next year's FEniCS workshop. So the suggestion is to have this in Stockholm, so we can discuss that during this workshop. And finally, thanks to all the people who have helped to make this workshop possible, arranging hotels, printing T-shirts, etc. I hope I haven't forgotten anyone here. And to Hans Petter and the CBC for sponsoring this event. So I promise that there will be a treat at the end of this talk. So Johannes has used something called Code Swarm. So it's a tool used to visualize development of software projects. So we have the entire history of all the packages dating back to 2002. At that point, the Dolphin was in CVS, but we converted this to Mercurial. So we have the entire history of all the packages, and Code Swarm visualizes this graphically as a movie. So that would be nice. You recognize your names in this movie. So I have to turn off the lights, and then we'll watch this movie.